Hello, dear folks. Welcome to the show, Jack Chow on the East West Show with G&E TV. Well, of course, my audience all know that at this show, we pay attention. We try every time, with all possibilities, relentlessly, to bring positive information into the show so that we imbue life with positivity rather than name calling, finger pointing, stuff like that, right? So today we're talking about a wonderful global organization called Empowered Women Foundation. Am I right with all the words?
An empowered woman.
Unempowered woman. Oh,
Yes.
Singular number.
Yes.
Unempowered, not empowered women,
But
Unempowered Woman
Yes.
Foundation.
Yes.
And with the founder and the CEO, Desiree Dubra.
Perfect.
All right,
Yes.
good.
Thank you.
I'm getting there, right? We're sharing the whole story from bottom up, right? So to you, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for the pleasure.
Desiree is the founder and the CEO of this wonderful organization that has been there for about 10 years.
Almost.
Right?
Yes, we just celebrated
Yeah,
January,
they celebrate 10
10
years. And we believe that in this society, under this beautiful flag of democracy, we are equal. That's a slogan.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time, sometimes at least, we are not equal sometimes, especially in workplaces when women are needed, right?
Yes.
They have to do this and that and this and that, and then, well, you are still not looking at a balanced picture. So I would like to start the whole show with your story about yourself. So whenever you tell your audience about yourself, though, you always want to tell everything, right? Like I said, including your saving account, social security number,
All that jazz.
all that stuff, right? Please go ahead.
Good morning, and thank you. I'm Desiree Dubois, the
Oh,
founder.
might be good evening though,
Good
because
evening.
it depends on where the audience are, right?
Good day.
Yeah, very good. Go ahead.
Good day. I started as an entrepreneur since I was 12 years old. I guess I've just been one of those, I was taught, and I was one of those people that taught that the more you do, the more you can get out of life. You know, so I've always wanted to have an extra business. So it started with dance school, where I would go to dance school in the morning, and I would go to the public playground and teach little children the same dance lessons in the afternoon. And it really was a glorified babysitting service, but for me it was great because I charged them and made extra money.
You're a people person.
Yes. At that time, it was little people. And so it was great because as we did our recitals at our dance school, I did one there. And my brother was handling the music, my sister was collecting the tickets. And I remember that it was so packed, there was so many people there, that somebody called the management and said, "You've got all these people there." And when the time the management came, fortunately, our recital was almost over, but they shut us down because we were had more than a fire. You know, I didn't know anything. At 12 years old, I had no idea what the fire limits or capacity was. So, but it was a great experience, and it taught me, and I always get the lessons learned from these different experiences, is that it's not so much of what you know, it's what you can teach somebody else that doesn't know that. And then my next project was even at high school. At high school, you remember, did you ever sell those world's famous chocolate bars for fundraisers for $1?
Yeah.
Well, we had those to sell, and I discovered one day there was 12 pieces to the bar. So I used to sell them 10 cents a piece. I break them up and sell them 10 cents a piece. So that way I automatically would have 20 cents profit for a bar.
Good.
And then I would
You're
sell
smart.
it on the playground to the kids that had the bars in their packages, backpacks, but they could only afford the 10 cents. So not only did I make a profit of every
A born
bar,
entrepreneur.
born entrepreneur, that's a great question. And then I also won the prize for selling the most candy bars. And so then it went on to, like, when I was in college, went to USC, and I lived in Marina Del Rey, and I saw that all the different people, when they leave the boats on the weekend, they just want to leave them dirty and messy because they didn't feel like cleaning up. They were buzzed and happy. So I thought, I didn't want to do it necessarily myself, but I put an ad in the Argonaut, and I advertised for other girls at school, USC, to work and clean the boats. If we charged $35, they got paid $15, and this was 20, 30 years ago, and I got $15 and $5 went to supplies. And it was called Marina Mermaid. We had these little blue T-shirts with the Marina Mermaid on it, and the blue buckets, and they would go
and creative.
And yes, and we cleaned the boats. It was easy because those are small boats, and that worked well until one day when the ladies were smoking on the boat, and one of the cushions caught on fire, and then the seller
Again?
yeah.
All right.
Caught on fire, and so the owner of the boat said either you get insurance or you stopped. And we looked into insurance, and it was just really prohibitive at that age, that young age. So it's always just doing projects, learning the lessons from them, and being able to move forward. And then we go back to entrepreneurs. Some people are born entrepreneurs, and some people are created to be an entrepreneur. But
well, that's quite some story. It's a very interesting story, especially from age 12 up, right, all the way. At what point, how you brought the ideas, everything, to combine entrepreneurship with the empower woman for equal rights?
well,
Look like two issues.
what it was is that from those projects, I got involved in real estate investments, and I was a real estate broker, and I tried to get women involved in real estate. And I was seeing this resistance. I was seeing that they didn't have the comfort, they had the resources. They just didn't have the comfort and the confidence. So I started inviting them to my home and making brunches. And I would speak to them, brought in speakers about, finding the greatness in you, or being, unstoppable, and the power of positive thinking, all those different things. And I realized when they got together, they needed connectivity. They needed a community. They needed a sisterhood. They needed access to resources, to information, and they just needed that support. They had been either in previous jobs or positions or in their home life, maybe not held in the highest esteem. So they needed all that. So that's how the group was created, to empower women. And we thought when they were empowered with knowledge, community, and resources, then they would be much more confident going out to the workplace and creating their businesses.
What was the exact, in the first place, that brought you to this concept? Was it a need of the education of entrepreneurship for women, or was it a need for women to be equally treated?
Well, I was
or both.
Well, I think it was both. I was an entrepreneur, and I had limited accesses. I would go to these seminars, and hear all these different people, but it was always gentlemen speaking at the seminars. It was always, the Robert Allen and I can't even think, Tony Robbins. It was always men that was leading. I said, well, women have a different set of issues. We have children sometimes that we have to manipulate. We have partners that really want us to be a wife, have dinner and laundry. We have a couple of different issues.
Right.
So we needed to hear it from women. And I want to hear women talk to me about business and how to do my business and what's available, because we could resonate a little more. And then I thought that was more empowering for me to hear from women, because I could think, okay, great, if she could do it, then I can do it. You need to see models. You need to see idols. People that you can model after, that have succeeded the way that you want to succeed in your business. And then to know that we had a little extra battle in the workplace. If you're in a corporate environment or even in any kind of industry, there's industries that, whether it's mechanical or engineering or, even architects, are male-dominated industries. So they needed a little extra strength and community and unity to be able to push through those barriers and say, yes, I can.
Am I right if I say, either by nature or by mind or by anything or by the structure, women has more to put up with?
Yes.
For example, if a husband who happens to be good at cooking, he is applauded, right?
Yes.
If a wife was good at cooking, well, people say, well, of course, of course. Why, of course? That shows some kind of conceptually you guys have to put up more with, right?
Yes.
Was that the idea that brought you in the first place to empower women?
Yes. Yes, empower women to be able to stand in their excellence, to stand there. Sometimes women, just because they were women doesn't mean they were great at fixing cars or they were great at other things, but they didn't feel competent because of the industry and because of the competitors, and they were not going to be acknowledged. Just like any situation, many times you have to work harder, try harder, and do better to get the same acknowledgement. Just by, it's like you said, just by nature, and sometimes it's just by culture, but it does exist and exists in America. and exists in many other states, but we start here, it still exists. And I think we're surprised it exists here because we're supposed to be so revolutionized in so many other areas. So when we find that the women are still getting paid a huge percentage, 12 or more percentage than men for the exact same job, that women are just not, the corporate level or political level, all those different levels, they're still such a minority that we have found that we have to really push and earn our own way.
Exactly. I don't know the depth of my audience's consideration. To me, it is really an issue in the profound depth. Because if you go back into jungle time, right?
Yes.
Even jungle time,
yes.
female always had more to do.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And they have a cave, if not a house, to take care of.
Yes.
And the offsprings, the youngsters to take care of, the family they call quote unquote.
Yes.
A man goes straight hunt and come back home, snore like that.
Yes.
Thing like that, right? So, all right, good. We're touching base with some very, very basic, which are the very ABC, however, they are profound. With my good friend, Desiree. Desiree Dubra is the CEO and founder and CEO of an Empowered Woman Foundation, global foundation. So we will take a very short break, and when we come back, we'll find out inside the organization what they do.
Okay.
I believe, right?
Yes.
There are quite some stories.
Yes.
Right. So we'll be right back, please.
Thank you.
Hello, dear folks. Welcome back to the show. My dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, especially you ladies, welcome back to the show. We are talking about ladies. Being a lady is wonderful. If there could be a second life, I would wish that I be a woman instead of a man, because being a man is a really, really a hard job. Well, anyway, let's compare the other side with my good friend, Desiree Dubra. She is the founder and the CEO of an Empowered Woman Foundation, a very wonderful global foundation in existence for almost 10 years, right? Okay, now, talking about we did touch a little bit about the conceptual stuff about the foundation, right?
Yeah.
Inside the foundation, though, what do you do? What kind of structure you have? What activities you do? And like subjects?
Okay.
And do you portray people or figures or stuff like that? Anyway, anything about the foundation, I need to know.
Okay. Absolutely. And we've started, and then we've also evolved. So we started doing a lot of live events. We'd have every second Sunday of the month. We'd meet at different locations.
Every Sunday?
Every second Sunday.
Second Sunday of the month.
We would meet live. We would meet at country clubs. We'd meet on yachts in Marina Del Rey.
Where? Westlake?
No,
Westlake Village?
no, country clubs would be like Mountain Gate Country Club. We would be in we go to Marina Yachts in Marina Del Rey. We would go to hair salons. In November, we do hair salons where we do holiday makeovers, where the ladies would go in and get their hair and makeup and fashion, and then we get photographs. And just a day for us before the holidays. In January, we meet at the hotels. We call Yes You Can. Each month had a theme. So January is Yes You Can. It was motivational. Yes, we can accomplish whatever we want to do that day, that year. February was the look of love. So we'd meet. And we talked about love, and we have different speakers come in, speak on different topics. We'd have March was money, money, money. So someone would come in and tell us how to make it, how to keep it, how to invest it. Health and wellness. So we just had different themes, and we would meet in person.
You touched the denizen of womanhood.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Everything.
Yes.
All aspects,
Yes.
even hairdos.
Yes.
Oh,
because the women do it,
hairstyling.
she feels
All
good.
right,
She feels
good.
good.
As a bee.
Women can network either. We don't
All
have to
right,
network just in a room. We can network under the beauty hair dryers. We can network again in the clothing store. We can network anywhere when we're talking about business. But it was just great to be able to get them out of their normal, usual environments and get them to do something fun. Then we had mixers, we had meet and greets, we had at art galleries, we've had it at, again, clothing stores or salons or magazine stores, any place to make it interesting and different we met. Then we also, that was part of it, then we had different teleclasses. Now we've evolved more to webinars and video classes where people would speak on different topics, strictly business about maybe how to start your merchant account, or how to do your bookkeeping, or how to use how to build a brilliant team, or how to how to utilize all the tools. Because you have to remember that most entrepreneurs come to the table with a bright idea, a talent, and expertise. So they're really good at cooking, or they're good at designing, or whatever it is. But the business part is what can make or break them. You know, if they don't have a good business structure, they don't have a business team and policies and procedures, then they will fall apart, because
everyone wants to marry a rich wife. Right?
All the more reason.
Right? At least. That's one of the reasons, right? Okay. Yeah. I understand that in the organization, of course, I did some homework. I'm a homework guy. Right? Okay. And I came across a subject that you annually pick up 10 small business, to help or cultivate, or guide or whatever, to facilitate.
Yes, what we do is that. Yes, what we do. So we have a program where we audition, we send out blast, and we have some of our mentors, some of the women that have been really seasoned in business, and we so to speak audition all these women that have different business ideas, and we determine like how far along they are, how far they've invested, and what their capability is, and we'll select those and we'll mentor them for a year, and we do it collectively. Where against someone like even other companies like Lofton and Associates, they do corporations, so they would help them get incorporated. We have even like GoDaddy would help them with their website. So we have different companies as well as the ladies that contribute to their growth. Then we have a signature program called the Power 7. And that's a program that I personally teach, because I love it, and it kind of encapsulates all the years of experience I've had as an entrepreneur. And it's basically the 7 tools that any business needs, male, female, or undecided, to be able to promote their business. And it kind of emphasizes on content marketing, which means taking their content, their expertise, their genius, and marketing it in different mediums.
What exactly is or are the Power of 7?
Okay, so it's being able to market it 4 mediums: the written, audio, video, and live events. So we teach you how to do the the written word.
A written word.
Written word. So these are the ways that you communicate with people. People, are going to respond, are going to enroll in different ways. And written, so it means you do blogs or articles or ebooks or reports and things of that type. And we show you how to do that. Or you do the audio. So that means audio could be radio, podcasts.
And video.
And then video could be Google Hangouts, could be Periscopes, it could be doing video shows or YouTube. And we teach them how to do all of those, whether you're doing webinars, whether you're doing live stream, just all the different things to be able to communicate with via video. And then live events. Some people do better communicating in live events. They love and need the interaction. So they do seminars, or they do speaking opportunities, or they will do there's many ways to create membership groups, create organizations. They get out there in live, and then how they monetize it. So we teach them. So there's 4 different mediums, and then there's 7 different ways of doing it. So again, speaking, joint ventures, affiliates, alliance partners, sponsors, webinars, articles, and then sharing all that in your social media. So there's 4 mediums, and then in each one of those, we have different ways to be able to do it. And then collaboration, which would be the one for the affiliates and alliance and partners.
Of course. Basically, you not only arouse the women to recognize themselves, all right, with what they have God given.
Yes.
But also you train them with the skills.
Yes.
And then you specifically give them the power of 7.
Yes.
To utilize what it is available, what are available of nowadays.
Yes.
Such as video, such as audio, such as a platform, social media, including live event.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And forums, of course, to pick up issues that kind of business related.
Yeah, because the thing is, they have to be able to get the word out. No matter how you are and how talented you are, if you don't have any medium or any platform to get the word out, then nobody knows about you, so that's not a good thing.
I see.
So we find out what they resonate with most. And some people are really good on camera, some people are really good in person, some people really like different things. And then we say, what does your audience respond to? So say, for example, you really love the camera, but your audience need to see you in person before they enroll, before they sign up, or before they buy. Then we find out what medium is good for you, your audience, and then to be able to really enroll, to make money.
I see.
Because again, all that talent and all the other skill sets, if
Sure. You remind me of last summer, I was involved with a project by a friend of mine, Mark Liu, in kind of entrepreneurship training with kids. What they did was that they put a shoe there, for example, something like Nike, right? And then the kids, the participants are invited to work out on some marketing plans. How you want your shoe to be recognized or shoes to be recognized. That kind of stuff, right?
Yes. It's again, it's being able to establish your business, what it is that you can do well, and then build a business structure behind that so that it's strong and solid. It's like building a house, but foundation first, not the ceiling. Don't worry about the cabinets, the chandeliers, and the doorknobs. Worry about the foundation. And then once you have that together, being able to now let the world know about how awesome you are.
Do you recruit men? Because I want to volunteer.
Yes, we put them in the work.
Put my name on the other waiting list, right? You
yes.
Probably, I can do everything.
We need some muscle, exactly.
I can do everything this life, but I just cannot sell anything. I cannot sell anything. Right?
No, that's awesome.
My dear audience, today it is a very kind of relaxed conversation, sharing, however, a very important subject: how we, as a society, allow our women to have the equal opportunity to explore themselves, right? Not explode. To explore themselves to the most, right? To the most extent. With me is my friend Desiree Dubra. She is the founder and the CEO of a global organization called the Unempowered Women Foundation. So we touch base with the concept, and we touch base with the foundation itself. And when we come back after this little break, I would like to hear some stories.
Oh, okay.
Right? All right, some stories. Say, hey, you make something happen out of nothing.
Yes.
Something like that kind, all right?
Okay.
So we'll be right back, my audiences. Hello, dear folks, dear fellow Americans, welcome back to the show, especially my lady friends. You are especially welcome back to the show. It's a discussion about our women. Of course, this is the half of the world is women, right? So, and that's why, but you know, the unequal part is that they are called the better half.
Yes.
So that's a disaster. And we are the worst half. So I don't know. And this is probably another issue for another day, why we're the worst. Right? Okay, anyway, joking. For the better half, we're talking about, it is not or might not necessarily be the case that they are 100% recognized. Right? So to recognize them, at least for themselves to recognize themselves. Though there are lots of work to do, thanks to the foundation that Desiree has founded, which is the Unempowered Women Foundation, a global organization that women finally had a home, had a classroom, had an arena, something like that, right? So, how many members do you have?
Well, it varies because sometimes we cooperate, but we have approximately 53,000 access to approximately 53,000 women worldwide.
Wow.
Have access. We have access to even more. We have a digital magazine as well called Let's Talk Success. And that's where we
Let's what?
Let's Talk Success.
Let's Talk Success.
And that's where our 7-figure members, 7, 8-figure members, They share their stories, their challenges, their victories, and their secrets to success. And we feel they're great mentors for our ladies that are under 7 figures but aspire to grow their businesses in that way.
7 digit.
Yeah, 7, 8 digit. We have an 8 digit this year.
7 digit and 8 digit.
Yes.
7 is a million, 8 is 10 million.
Yes.
All right, that's a lot. That's
Yes.
a lot. In what countries all over the world that you have your branches or sub offices or whatever?
We have a lot in Canada, and we just had some ladies from Canada come here last month to work to one of the programs. Canada, Australia, South Africa, France, and some others scattered from different places around.
I see. How do you communicate?
Easy, the web. Skype.
The web,
We just actually did someone in Israel. We signed up someone up a couple of weeks ago from Israel. We do it by Skype, via Skype, and there's also a program called Zoom, which is a video, and you just see video. So Skype is Skype, Zoom, Google Hangouts. There's a lot of video opportunities.
I see.
And they get our emails, and they participate in our calls, and they participate in our classes.
All right, now story time.
Story time.
Story time. Don't give me a bad story. I don't want to go to bed. Yeah. So story, please.
Okay, so there's a couple of different things. And what happens is a lot of the businesses come out of either something that they feel they need themselves, like the story about Spanx and whatever. But this young lady is common, and I won't use any names, but when women are waxed, sometimes it's very painful. And this young lady was an anesthesiologist in Los Angeles area. And so she created a cream that numbed the area that you put on prior to going to be waxed. And that when you're waxed, it was not painful.
You're talking about that kind of
exactly.
wax.
Yes, yes. When they have your hair waxed, whether it's your arms or your legs or whatever, it's really painful. So it says a cream that had some kind of anesthetic in it that would numb it for a period of time, so that when you are peeled, it's not painful.
All right.
That's just like one example. Another young lady, she has a truck company, and she's competing with Federal Express and what's UPS, and it's called Deliver It. And how she started with another industry, and she realized that this was a void. And she always says, don't look for what other people are doing, look for what they're not doing. But hers, because it was smaller, it was faster, it was more personalized. They didn't have to wait for the long process. And so there's a lot of different things that women are creating just to kind of fill those different gaps. There's women, we have women that, one of them was really, really cute, is that when we had children, and the bandanas, those scarves, used to be red and black, those little square scarves that you fold and you put around bandanas.
The scarf?
Yeah, it's like a bandana, like a headscarf, but bandanas are the ones that have particular print, like a really fun print. Anyway, when our babies were younger, she took the bandana off. The baby needed a bib. We didn't have a bib, and took it and tied it around as a bib. But it was really, really cute, because it was more decorative, and they also could have. So she started a company called Bandana Baby, where she used bandanas, put a little lining under it so that it was more absorbent, but created that and created bandanas for the head and things of that type. So it's usually just taking little different
There was one
things.
time I saw a video that showed about 100 ways of wearing the scarves.
Yes. Did you try it?
I was so surprised there could be that many ways, and they are really beautiful ways, right? So those kind of stuff, that will better your life.
Yes, the thing is, and then again, there's so many things on the market. Those markets, everything's on the market came from an idea. It came from someone trying something, doing something, experimenting with something, as well as the ones that are in different industries. Now there's a lot of women in the technical industries and the engineering. I mean, they find a gap between this and this. They are a lot of technology.
May I share with you some men's thought?
Yes.
Please?
Please.
Yeah. I come across lots of articles or lots of video, audio products talking about be a strong woman, be a tiger woman kind of thing, because your husband is not reliable. Never rely upon men because they are never trustworthy. So is that approach you want to go?
No.
Or is that not approach you want to go?
No, I don't.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
I know what you're talking about.
The distrust in men.
Yeah, I think a woman.
Because some bad examples.
Yeah. No, I don't. That's never been my motivation. I don't feel that way about men. I think they're wonderful. I have 2 sons, so I love them dearly and everything that around. So no, I don't feel that way about men, period. I feel that my motivation is God bless the child who has her own. Okay, so whether you're married, unmarried, whether you want to be able to do what you want to do or not be able to do, just so that you should have your own talent and be able to create your own life, should you be in a position to do so. It has nothing to do with male, female, children, anything else. It's
And
you.
what's wrong with those concepts that I just mentioned? What's
it's
wrong
not
with
always
them?
true. It's a
What's
personal-
wrong with them?
Those are personal experiences.
Is it because they are hurt too much? Or is it because they're kind of being sarcastic or whatever? I don't know.
Well, there are some people that are raised to depend on a man, and they are dependent on a man. But some people are raised to depend on anybody and everybody as well. So I think that's why I think it's not necessarily male or female. Don't be raised to depend on anybody. Depend on yourself. Now, you can always access people to support you. People, your husbands, your partners, your family, your kids, everyone can support you in your dream, but you should not be dependent upon anything, not even a human being or a drug or alcohol. You can't be dependent upon anything, period, because again, you can't depend on a job, because a job may change. They may fire you or move out of the but you can't depend on a house. If you're renting, because someone could sell the house and so forth. So you can't depend on yourself and what you can do.
Do you have in your organization a forum or a subject that teaches our lady friends, women, how to love their husband, how to be the better part?
Yes.
Better half?
Yes. People
You
that
do
are in
have that.
relationships. But again, people that are in relationships, you learn how to be a better partner, again, in
Yes,
business
yes.
or in relationships. So did you learn how to be a better person, period, and be loving and consoling and supportive. It's not just about him supporting you, you support
see.
him. But it's not, yes, I'm not. This is not acknowledging that there are bad things that happen to women, and sometimes that's their drive and motivation.
I see.
But it should not be their drive and
The way
motivation.
I see your organization, the foundation, is very positive. How about your financial support, or even governmental support, or even whatever kind of support? How's that part?
We do fundraisers. We do different events.
I see.
We do give people the opportunity to support us. We're looking for sponsors and partners. We refer to them as partners now, to partner with us on a project. So that way, if we can get a partner to do our magazine or do our show or do our classes, then we don't have to charge the ladies or not charge them as much.
I see.
Which makes it affordable and more available for more women that want to participate. So we're always looking for partnerships, and we do a lot of fundraising
I see.
events where it's strictly to raise money. We're even considering doing a crowdfunding this year.
Is there a website if my audience finds an interest, they want to do something?
Yes.
Please.
AnEmpoweredWoman.com. That's AnEmpoweredWoman.com. AnEmpoweredWoman.com.
AnEmpoweredWoman.com.
Yes,
Right,
we
so,
are
all right.
Empowered. I am an
My dear audience, as we're talking about some very basic issue and subject. However, put it this way. If you want to understand women, you understand half of the world.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
The other day at the LAX, I came across a book, right? Men, how much men know women,
Okay.
like that. That's the title of the book. And you flip the book, there's not even a word. They are blank pages. A beautiful book. A beautiful book.
Did you get through it quickly?
They are an ocean. They are an ocean, all right? Okay, my dear audience, today we're talking about women, women's spirit, women entrepreneurship, and the part of being women, and to be a better part, our better half. Anyway, joining me is my good friend Desiree Dubra. She is the founder and the CEO of Unempowered Woman Foundation. So let's take a short break. When we come back, let's take a little analysis about our society, our community, that how we treat our women, and what are we missing. How about that, please?
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
So we'll be right back. Hello, dear folks. Welcome back to the show. Jack Chow, getting excited because the subject is exciting. Exciting
Yes.
already, right? So, with my good friend Desiree Dubra, we talk about the big subject. I could say a big subject. The foundation that she founded and being a CEO of. That's the global organization called An Empowered Woman Foundation.
Yes.
It is quite a concept. It is quite a creation. And of course, we want to, as a man, I feel that I'm touching a subject that I always wanted to know. Forget that book I bought at LAX, right? No. It is a bookstore at LAX. It was true. $6.99 I bought it. Without tax. Yeah. It's about this thick, in a beautiful design, hardcover, and there's none, not even a word.
You should get a refund.
How much men understand women, or men know how much men know women, something like that. Okay. Anyway, so we try to know women. It is because that we do need to know, because you're talking about half the population.
Yes.
If you look at a family, though, any household, if they have a good mother, you look at a kid, the kids look different, right?
Yes.
Sometime looking at the kids, you will know what kind of mother this household have.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Back in my old time, my mother always say, if you want to marry someone, go check his mother, go check her mother. Something like that. Mm-hmm. Right? That's a proverb in Chinese. Mm-hmm. I can't translate it with rhyme. But exactly that says, if you want to marry the girl, you better check the mother before. Something like that kind.
Yes.
So by logic, we are really talking about carrying this world of ours by carrying our ladies, yes, who are our mothers, yes, who at least will be the mothers. Yes. Right? So that's very important. So, as a society, though, do we or our community take equal care of our beloved women?
Not enough.
Dear women.
Not enough. Perhaps not enough. Not enough.
To what extent, please?
Let's say, for example, and it's changing, it's slowly changing, but it's very slowly. But you take the corporate world, and now they're starting to make more provisions for women that are maternity. They're making more provisions for child care in the facilities. They're making more provisions for just, the sick days and the times that, because usually, for whatever reason, when a child is sick at school, they call the mother as opposed to the father first. Mm-hmm. And she's usually expected to leave and to take care of the child or stay home with the child, mm-hmm, if necessary. Mm-hmm. So they're slowly being able to be more lenient with that, if that is the fact. Mm-hmm. They're slowly getting to bringing them to the positions, recognizing their qualifications, and then also being able to give them the raises, and they still haven't gotten to equal pay. I think some of the concerns of some businesses, and it is a valid concern, that when you bring in a woman that has children, mm-hmm, you want to know who's there to watch the children if something should go wrong. Because you want a woman that's able to travel, that's able to be 100% focused on the business. But yet if she has Johnny at home and she's trying to figure out the homework with or do this and that, that's a distraction. And women have come to believe that sometimes, oh, my son, my child is not distracting. But it is. If they're in the same area, it's a distraction, period.
Is the policy tilted to women's side? I believe there's a program called the Women and the Minority, some kind of business rules. How do you apply that? How do we apply that, please?
There's pretty strict, there's restrictions, and governments provide, mm-hmm, certain leeway for that, but not all businesses apply it. Not all businesses are following that. The big corporations, because they've got the big eyes on them, are doing a better job. But
do you recall companies, 2 years ago back east, there's a dentist who fired his nurse, because she was too beautiful?
No.
You haven't heard that.
I don't remember
that.
Yeah,
about 2 years ago, I even talked about it on the show, because she was so beautiful, so sexy, that the wife gets jealous, and then he was forced to fire her, mm-hmm, and she complained, of course, file a case back, whatever, mm-hmm, it goes back and forth, mm-hmm, for some time, dismissed, right? So that really indicates not only in the field of of creating business, but even in workplace though.
Absolutely, absolutely, and that happens all the time. You know,
Oh,
whether
yeah.
it's and then that's one of the
your comment,
most
please.
intimidating.
I would like to hear you complain. Yeah. I'm all ears. I'm all ears.
No,
yeah.
I mean, some women complain about the fact that, you know, they can be doing a good job, but their wife or somebody else is going to not feel comfortable, or they have to dress down, or they have to modify their wardrobes or their looks because of the concern about someone being jealous or their partner being jealous or not being appropriate, where usually doesn't happen with men. Usually, you know, men are not, I can't imagine a man being fired for his looks, but it happens, and that's why it's so important for women to have their own work, to have their own business, to be their own boss.
Right.
You know, that's the only way to really avoid some of that discrimination. It's discrimination in one way, shape, or form.
Yeah, sex discrimination,
yes.
gender discrimination,
Yes,
call
yes.
it that way, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that still exists.
Yes, it does.
That's unfair, especially in a country when you talk about equality to a certain extent that even gay, lesbian couples get married, they get certified.
Yes,
Well, of course, our women needs their own equal share, right?
yes,
I think back in high school, so you have a transgender bathroom.
yes.
Because you're talking about being fair to everybody, which
Yes.
I support, right?
Yes.
So now in workplace and salaries,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Working hours,
yes.
leaves, all so on and so forth. That is everything. Do you have an issue or approach or a seminar or event focusing on that, please,
We
in
promote,
the organization?
not necessarily in our organization, but we do let the ladies give them access to those different issues. There's a lot of different workshops, there's different teleseminars, seminars in regards to that. Not only for them to be able to protect themselves, but if they are in fact an employer, for them to be able to protect themselves and how they treat their employees. So yes, it's very prevalent. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of politics. We have groups and organizations that actually go to Washington, go to Sacramento, and they're offer the opportunity to go with them to be able to control it. It's a big
Lobby
issue. They have to have a lot of organizations that do just that. And we do participate in
And
those.
also, you know, this is kind of a thought just came upon me. You probably kind of a collaboration, create a collaboration with men boss,
Yes.
with male boss,
Yes.
with male business owners,
Yes.
to kind of all together talk about it.
Yes, because it's a big conversation, and there's different perspectives, you know, and there's valid points on both sides of it. I think it just means what's fair, and I think it should really be based on the person. When it comes to work, comes to job, comes to employment, it's the person and the person's performance. Can they perform? For me, I don't care whether it's male, female, or undecided, as long as he deliver what I want him to deliver, the way I want him to deliver, then I'm okay with that. You know?
Absolutely.
And I will pay them the
Absolutely.
same for that delivery. I already know what I would budget and what I would do. So I wouldn't ever think of paying one less, even if it's a child. Now we have a lot of young people that are very talented in the industry. So if you could discriminate anyone under 18, there's a lot of people that are really young that can deliver great expertise. So
You're
as long
right.
as they can do that.
Such as yourself, when you were 12, you started.
Yes.
And then when you did the chocolate bars,
Yes,
right?
yes.
You like out of $1, you make extra 20 cents
It adds up, you know?
by cutting them into pieces, well, 12
Yes.
pieces for 10 each, right?
Yes.
Okay, now, as a newsman, as a media man, I always try to stand in the middle of the road. There are things I support, there are things I do not support. In the women issue, though, there's a little part that I disagree. May I share with you,
Yes, please.
Okay, now, sometimes do you think we women, are overdoing it, but to some extent? I give you an example. About 2 weeks ago, I heard a call, and a very big vocal call, that they want to call for the legislation to recognize the tax exemption for women hygiene stuff, necessities, for tax-free,
It's an expense.
right? So does that make sense to you? Would you vote on that?
I would find it would fall in the categories of more like cosmetics. So the thing is, cosmetics are more optional. This is not necessarily optional. Oh, I haven't even given that any thought.
How about my
It's
shaving
an
cream?
expense. Well, is it tax deductible? No, it's a
Oh,
cosmetic.
it's taxable.
It is?
It is taxable. Well, of course, very taxable. It is very taxable. How about my razors?
Yes.
Men hygiene stuff. All
Yes,
right.
okay.
So when you ask yours, I will ask mine.
Okay.
Right? Okay, very good.
Okay.
I'm joking.
No,
Try to
in that context,
just
yes.
try to wrap up the show in a
Yes,
kind of
yeah.
like
No, that's
in a
interesting.
like easy way. All right.
No,
So
that's-
feel happy
in that
about
context
it.
is
All right. Thank you
absolutely
very
fair.
much. I'm really serious on that issue, talking about equality, and that's one thing, but overdoing it is the other.
There is extremists.
Extremes. All right. My dear audience, today I really thank the opportunity. My good friend Luann Arredondo brought this wonderful friend to me, Desiree. She is the founder and the CEO of an global organization, an Empowered Women Foundation. And for past 10 years, they relentlessly working on this women issue, try to encourage women to, number one, recognize their potentials, then to enlarge, develop their potentials into some kind of entrepreneurship
Yes.
that will make them strong, of course, being a better, stronger, better half of this road.
Yes.
So thank you very much for doing that.
Thank
All right,
you.
good.
You're welcome.
So my dear audiences, all right, we're over time already, but I'm happy about doing it. So thank you for watching, and to my good friend Desiree, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.